Hello everyone, this is Saurian Target coming back at you with another Carnivores Top 5 video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the best bonus animals in the entire Carnivores series, from the official Carnivores canon to the extended canon, and any Carnivores mod that takes place outside the Carnivores universe. Ever since Carnivores Ice Age terrified us all as kids with an ominous humanoid silhouette locked behind 1,000 points, adding a secret or bonus animal for hunters to unlock has become a staple of Carnivores mods. It's a great way to keep players invested until the end, and usually provides an exciting surprise that ties into the mod's story and helps flesh out the mythology of Planet FMMUV32, its wildlife, and the sometimes nefarious actions of Dino Hunt Corp. So what constitutes a bonus animal contending for the top spot on this list? Well, for starters, it has to be the final animal available to unlock in the game or mod. This is the endgame creature, the big bad finale that players work hard to unlock, usually costing an absurd amount of points compared to the regular animals. However, not every animal saved until last can be considered a bonus animal. Jurassic Park Hunter's Cetiosaurus and the New Age's Acrocanthosaurus are technically bonus animals, but they're really just dinosaurs that help progress the intensity of the animal roster. Most bonus animals have a fantastical element about them, either an exaggerated and stylized design, a mythological history, a unique story tie-in, or a similar element that makes them stand out from the other animals. Mods built on the Carnivores Ice Age engine can actually hide the bonus animals until they're unlocked, so those animals will, of course, count. Now, there are many new mods in the works, most of which I'm sure will include their own bonus animals to unlock, so we will for sure revisit this topic again. And remember, I am not the final authority on all things carnivores, so be sure to leave a comment and let me know which of these creatures you think is the best. Alright, so the criteria is set and the expectations are high, so without further ado, let's begin. So coming in at number 5, we have the Mantilla Dawn from Carnivores Genesis. No, I'm not biased at all. Now, Carnivores Genesis is not a canon-style mod. It's an attempt to faithfully bring Carnivores HD and Reborn back to the Carnivores 2 engine. However, if there's one thing about the mod that I would want to canonize, it would be the Mantilla Dawn. The Mantilla Dawn is not a new dinosaur, it's in fact a rather old one, although those who know what it is may not recognize it here. When I pitched my Carnivores Genesis mod idea and asked if anyone would be willing to tackle its final animal, Master Modder Poharex volunteered to give it a whirl, and his result is nothing short of genius. Instead of the large, lumbering, outdated iguanodon most people know it as, the Mantilla Dawn of Carnivores Genesis is a lean, fast, and built animal, essentially the dinosaur equivalent of a unicorn. These elegant animals are evolutionary holdovers from a time long forgotten, an ancient and vicious world that makes the world of Carnivores Genesis seem tame by comparison. The Mantilla Dawn survived in secret, living deep in the forgotten forest as social herd animals. Despite its elegant and regal appearance, the Mantilla Dawn only takes the number 5 spot for a few reasons. Firstly, how vain would it be to put an animal in my own mod high on the list? It's also just not that intimidating. It's a royal animal, basically a cross between an iguana and a stallion, but many of the other beasts on this list are ferocious and dangerous animals, capable of striking fear into the hearts of the puny humans who attempt to hunt them down. The Mantilla Dawn is more apt to flee than fight, and although I'm sure a lot of hard work went into the animations, they're still very stiff and could use some more polish. Nevertheless, the creature's design, sound work, and mythology help it take the number 5 spot. Moving down to the number 4 spot is the Thunderbird from Carnivores The Middle Islands. The Middle Islands brings many elements from Carnivores' cityscape back to the Carnivores 2 engine, but one new feature it boasts is the mighty Thunderbird, a cryptid from Western North American mythology. Much like a regular bird, the Thunderbird is a highly social creature, with small flocks clearing out forests around the bird's nest by flapping their massive wings. The misty forests ring with the monster's shrill, Ghidorah-esque cries, giving off the illusion of a haunted wood as players pursue their quarry. Dino Hunt Corp has almost no information on this enormous avian animal, giving its origin some genuine mystery. Did it originate from planet FMMUV-32? Did it travel here from another distant planet? Was it brought here by an alien race? Was it genetically engineered by Dino Hunt Corp? The Thunderbird raises more questions than it answers, and has proven exceptionally difficult to kill. At least one specimen lays slain defending its nest, but active Thunderbirds are quite tough. Despite its intimidating size and rather menacing appearance, the Thunderbird is a very cowardly animal, preferring to flee rather than fight. It can bolt away at impressive speeds, and makes it quite difficult to hunt, but more in the "this is impossible" kind of way, rather than a good, healthy challenge. Because of this, it's more frustrating than intimidating, but adds a healthy layer of intrigue to its origin on the dinosaur planet, so it comes in at number 4. Taking the number 3 spot, we have the classic, the OG, the Yeti, from Carnivores Ice Age. The stuff of nightmares for many of us as kids, the Yeti haunts the frozen forests of the dinosaur planet's polar regions. Huge, cryptic, and abominable, the Yeti was the first of many things in the Carnivore series. The first bonus animal, the first cryptid introduced, and so far the only one officially, and the first humanoid creature Dino Hunt Corp allowed hunters to pursue. This immediately makes it a unique and unsettling creature. Hunting something that looks like a dinosaur, or even just a big hairy mammal, is one thing, but hunting something that resembles us is another thing entirely. Despite its humanoid appearance, the Yeti bears some ferocious, differentiating features. Instead of the thick fur usually associated with Sasquatch-esque animals, the Yeti of FMMUV-32 is covered in short hair tightly wrapped around powerful muscles. Stark white fur camouflages perfectly with the snowy environments, and a dark red hide gives the animal a fierce appearance. What really separates the Yeti are the enormous arms tipped with sharp claws it uses to propel itself across the tundras, slash trees in the frozen forests, and pummel anything unfortunate enough to get in its way, in addition to the stocky yet powerful theropod feet used to support its hunched frame. Despite its iconicity and ferocity, the Yeti was not always an animal to be feared. The Yeti was clearly a last-minute, rushed addition to Carnivores Ice Age, pumped out to meet the holiday season deadline, with misinformed menu information, recycled calls, and some truly bizarre AI. Despite its initial unevenness, the Yeti was revamped in the mobile port of Carnivores Ice Age to be the powerful predator it was intended to be, and takes the number 3 spot. Moving down to the number 2 spot, we have the infamous Ultimasaurus from Jurassic Park Hunter 3. Dating all the way back to the Chaos Effect toy line, the Ultimasaurus has become a legend in the Jurassic Park franchise. Comprised of DNA from Tyrannosaurus, Velociraptor, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and Ankylosaurus, this monster is InGen's ultimate creation. The immense build of the Tyrannosaurus, with the armored back and weaponized tail of the Ankylosaurus and Stegosaurus, the massive head of a Triceratops, and the grasping arms and sickle claws of the Velociraptor. This is the ultimate killing machine. Because Jurassic Park Hunter 3 runs on the Carnivores Ice Age engine, it is able to hide its beast, shadowed behind a red question mark, until 50,000 points are acquired. Although the mod's environments kind of spoil the big reveal, confirmation that you are actually able to hunt the Ultimasaurus more than makes up for it. I mean, in how many games or mods can you actually hunt the Ultimasaurus? InGen is always after bigger, badder dinosaurs, with more teeth, of course, and this creature personifies the darker ambitions of this greedy corporation, now loose and ravaging its island home. Its iconicity and ferocity, coupled with its intimidating in-game stature and stealthy reveal, the Ultimasaurus takes the number 2 spot. And now, the number 1 bonus animal in the Carnivores mythology is the iconic and freshly released Gojirasaurus. Dino Hunt Corp's ultimate creation and worst nightmare, the Gojirasaurus is a living weapon. This creature is the first of many things. Dino Hunt Corp's first attempt at creating mutated dinosaurs, their first biological weapon, and in a more meta sense, the inspiration for so many mods in bringing in unparalleled levels of excitement and anticipation around the conclusion of a mod story. For whatever reason these monstrosities were created, they were born and raised in captivity, built on a combination of radioactive material, perhaps extraterrestrial power sources, and dinosaur DNA. Held in a Dino Hunt Corp base on the border of the Central and Triassic sector, the beasts inevitably escaped, turning the area into a war zone. Dino Hunt Corp dismissed the incident as a fluke Tyrannosaur migration incident, but now the creatures are loose across the Triassic sector, wreaking havoc and pollution wherever they go. As such, only the best of Dino Hunt Corp's clients and agents have been called in all across the harsh Triassic sector to deal with this menace, with mixed results at best. The Gojirasaurus threat is spreading, and if not contained soon, the radioactive beasts may consume the entire planet. As the culmination of almost a decade of hype from arguably the most influential Carnivores mod out there, the Gojirasaurus represents so much, from a gameplay aspect to a world-building aspect, and even from a fan's point of view. I think it was well worth the wait. Plus, it recently had that buggy AI patched, so it can now live up to its ferocious reputation. And with all these incredible factors going for it, this iconic culmination of dinosaur storytelling definitely takes the number 1 spot. Although, with the slew of upcoming canon-style mods we have coming in, I have a feeling that the Gojirasaurus will have a hard time keeping its throne. So there you go guys, the best bonus animals in the Carnivore series. These creatures represent a whole new layer of storytelling, animal design, and mythology in the Carnivores universe, and when they're done well, they excel. But which one is your favorite? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And guys, thanks as always for watching. We're getting really close to 2,000 subscribers, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much for all of the continued support. And summer is here, so I have a slew of new Carnivores content coming your way. So be sure to stick around if you're excited for all of the new content. I know I am. Thanks again for watching guys, you are all truly the best, and I will see you guys next time.